get out of your office and go to these different places and see what companies or what businesses you have. Because every time we get a new patient, I always look to see when they fill out the health history where they're from, or how did you find out about us, how do you know? And most of the time, you can advertise what you want. You can go on TV, you can go on the radio, you can just about, the old phone book we don't use. You can almost do anything. Most times it's really a referral from a patient or the fact that they met you. I give out cards whenever I fly. Whenever I go there, I give out my business card. A year, 2, 3 years later, somebody come into your office because they keep it. They may not need you now, but it works. So what you got to do is say to yourself, well, let me see what I can do. Now, yesterday I was at LaGuardia Airport. It's a mess, so you have to take a bus from outside where we park to get in. And on the bus, I see who's there. You got passengers, and you see some of the workers. So what do? If I see the ID and a badge or a uniform, I give them my business card right there in the bus and say, I'm the dentist right here at LaGuardia Airport. They can't believe it because here's a guy sitting next to me. He doesn't look like a dentist. But me, who I am, oh, I didn't know there's a dentist here. I didn't know that there's somebody here. People don't even know. They may not even know you're up the street. So the key thing is target anybody that you can who may be a prospective patient. But the thing is, it's you who are the most important people. Now you see in the papers there, you see some of the ads, I'll show you. They also, this one's too big to scan. The ads you see for Dr. Popper, you see them in every newspaper, every ad. You get pictures of so many patients before and after, his family and so forth. The guy spends probably millions in advertising. But for him it works. So what you got to do is figure out what works for you. You see some of these ads here that we have here. People put these in the paper. There's specials. You can show some more of the ads. You'll see
Sure.
some of these ads. Now, do they work? Here's one of our members, Passes, his ads. All right? They must work for him as far as that goes. The only thing I could say is do what you think works for you. Try it. But in my case, we're a profession. All right? The only time, this is my personal opinion, I believe in these coupons is if you go to Stop and Shop, you go to King Cullen, that's where you expect a coupon, or a restaurant. We're a profession. You don't see any other profession putting out coupons. Lango Medical Center, North Shore Northwell, none of these places. If you look in the papers, you don't see coupons to go to these other professionals. I mean, if they're going to go to us, they're coming to us because they heard about us and they want to see us and they want to see what we have to offer. The coupon means nothing. If you think about it, the type of people that come in that want a coupon, they're going to want a coupon for everything you do. You give them one coupon for something, they're going to want it for everything. So in my personal case, I don't use a coupon. It's customer service. That's what they're coming to you for, customer service. They could care less as far as the coupon goes. If they need something, they need a type of prosthesis because they're going to a wedding or a story, and they need a bike plate. They don't care about that. And the key thing is give them the customer service. Don't worry about coupons. But then again, it's not for me to say because the others who use it, obviously it must work because that's why they do it. But that's a particular case as far as that goes. And you see, Zoom, Philips Zoom will give you this, will give you that. These are little things. But when it comes to marketing, when the patients come in your office, you always want to know where they're coming from. Now, if you have a group that comes from a certain business, what I do is I give them business cards, I give them flyers. I have these particular marketing letters that I have made up. I give these out. I make the patients take them. I don't mail them. But every quarter, there are different types. See, these are interesting things that they can read. So what I do is, when I go out to do my external marketing as well as internal, I'll give these out. And I tell you what, patients, take this back to your job site. Take this back to your lunchroom. Take these back. It's something to read. You don't have to mail them out. It costs you an arm and a leg to mail these things out. What I do is, I go ahead and have them sent them to my office every quarter. out to whoever shows up. These, if you look at it, they advertise in the back for you. You're not pushing them in your face as an advertiser. You give them something to read. When they read it, they see little simple things and they want to ask you. They say, oh my God, this is really good. I didn't know I could do this. How can with a nice smile. And in the back, they'll advertise your office and so forth. And the patients love these things because you're giving them something that they could use and take back with them. So what you have to do is figure out where your office is. Who is going to go ahead and help see you? Any more?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. See, now look at all these specials. This kills our friend Dr. Fialfoff because he does quality dental work. And any specialist here that sees these type of ads say, I can't do this work and give it away. What are they really doing? And they're using materials made in the U.S. Is the lab doing it here? Is it overseas? No, these are the things. You don't want these type of patients. If the patient wants an implant, they should know ahead of time what they're looking for. And they want the quality work. When they go ahead and you see a coupon, they're going to say, oh, can I get it for $1,300? Can I get it maybe for less? Whatever it is. So if they do well, you can't take it away from them. But if you're going to do good quality dentistry, you want them to come to you because they respect you, they respect your office, and they want the work done properly. But then again, marketing has many faces as far as that goes. And as you can see now, you see these ads all over the place. Harold Square Dental, Dr. Ivan Pash. You ever hear him on the radio? I was born to be a dentist. I can't wait to get up in the morning and go to my office. I mean, when I hear that ad, I say, oh my God, he has nothing better to do. I mean, and you hear some of these ads on TV. It's amazing as to what they do. Now, all of a sudden, now I know this guy, Lou Siegelman. Lou Siegelman was on the staff at Jamaica Hospital with me for years. He advertises on Wins 1010. He will put you to sleep. He'll take care of all your fears. He'll do what he wants. Call me at this number. I will answer and accept all your calls. Believe me, call up. You'll probably get a recording. He can't take the time to answer all these calls, but yet it must be effective because he keeps advertising on radio on Wins 1010. He can allay all your fears. He'll give you IV sedation, and there's a market for that. So obviously, it must work. So each one of us here have to look at the area that we're in, who our patients are. Now, anybody here near an industrial park? Okay. In Syosset, where Shine is, they're industrial parks. Right here in New Hyde Park, where Pro Health opened up on Marcus Avenue, we have a whole bunch of professional buildings. Thousands of people in there. They're stuck there all day. Most of them are medical clerical. They need a dentist. So the thing is, you go in these areas, you're not that far, go in the lobby, downstairs, they all have a little lunchroom. Go into the lunchroom, tack up on the wall a flyer, tack up some of your business cards, have lunch there and speak to some of the people. These are the things that you're going to do today. Now, it's after the fact. How do you think Donald Trump got elected versus Hillary? All right? Think about it. He went to every little place where the people wanted change. They wanted somebody different. He went out and showed himself, where Hillary basically went to her Hollywood elite into places where she felt comfortable. Trump was smart because he's in business. He went to the places where he felt there was a need for his shtick. All right? But it worked. And that's what I'm saying. As dentists, we got to figure out where can we go, who can we see, and what can we do that's really going to help us. Now, as a specialist like Dr. Fialfoff, he relies on us to get the patients in, sent to him. And all of us here hopefully so have a piece of practices, but we could all use more patients. And it's tough today. I don't care where you are. You know what's really interesting? Those of you who read the Morning Huddle from the ADA, they gave a list just last week of the median income for dentists. The orthodontists and oral surgeons were at $209,000. Most others are at $159 and change. But the interesting thing was, they said there's 350 dentists in the whole state of Vermont, and maybe 500 in the state of Delaware. Those dentists gross more than all these others. Why? They didn't have to worry about insurance companies, they didn't have to worry about marketing, because around here, you got, for every 1,000 patients, you must have 10, 20 dentists, where in those areas, you got maybe one for every 2,000. So you see, we're in an area that's kind of unique as far as competition goes. And think about it, in Nassau County, where I'm from, as well as Queens, Nassau County, we have 1,450 some odd members. Queens has about 1,000. You realize those two components have more dentists in that area than about 46 states. In Nassau County, we have more members from 24 states, meaning that there are 24 states in this country. We have more members in the whole state. And this is what it is. It's competition. So you got to beat the competition and find out what is in your neighborhood. Who are your patients? Who's going to be able to help you out? But that's why I say, get yourself out there, have presence, let the people know. Now, another ad we always see is that Apple Dental now is advertising. We have an office in Freeport now. They also have a lab, but for whatever reason, they're advertising, and are they doing good? Well, it's possible. But remember, you want to go ahead and advertise a 1-800-dentist? It's a lot of money. That time, money you spend, you're better off going out to the community. You want to pay money for $3,000 to go to ZocDoc to get your patients? I know people who have done it, and they get nothing as far as that goes. Yeah, you'll get DC 37, 1199. You won't get the type of patients that are going to have good insurances. But ZocDoc does have a need, and it fills in some of the patients in the offices that they want. So you got to kind of figure out what is the best situation for yourself as far as getting patients in the office. And there's many different ways that you could possibly do it, but the most important thing is you see advertising. The advertising, yeah, it's wonderful, but is it meant for you? Then you got to worry about what happens is on testimonials. A lot of people say testimonials are good. A lot of people have testimonials made up for them. They get their patients to pay them something to do something. The people are smart. They know damn well what's going on. If they see all this phony testimonials, Trump had it, and everybody had it. What you want to do is give service to your patients, because they're going to talk about you. You don't have to do it online. Then they give you a bad rap online, even though you've done good work. Now you got to pay reputation.com to erase it. So now you're spending more money and more time to get rid of bad reviews. So is it really worth it? No. If you do good work, no matter what, there's always going to be somebody that's going to disagree with you, and somebody may badmouth you. So now you're going to go ahead and spend all kinds of money to these agencies and go ahead and say, no, this is a good guy. No, it's not worth it. Just let the patients know who and what you are, and you're there to help them. You're there to do the best for them. And if they like you, you give them flyers and cards, and you tell them, if you send me patients, this is what I'll do for you. So, all right, these are just some, like I said, these are targeted. That was Air Canada. This is for the Millennium. This is generic for all the airport TWA. We already went through those. See, now, when I mentioned targeted, Allied Universal is the security at the airport. They have Delta Dental now, but they're really 32 BJ. But the fact is, they only allow them $500, which gets you nowhere. But the thing is, they're all over the place, and they make them go to their clinic. Downtown in South Seaport is a 32 BJ clinic. They don't want to go there because they get an appointment every 3 months. So what you want to do is let them know you're right on the property. You're right where their workstations are. You're right there for them. And you go in like I do to their office. And whenever I see somebody walking around with a badge on their shoulder that says Allied Universal, I give them a card and I tell them who I am. They can come to me. I'm here to help them and so forth. And this is what you do. Find out in your areas who are your patients. Are there any buildings in your area? You may have big office complex, as I said, a stop and shop, a type of business, a big insurance company, auto insurance, whatever it is. Find out what their insurance is. And show another one. Okay, now this is what I use if I advertise in the newspapers or anyplace else, because I have both offices, and what I do is I call it the Smile High Club. Of course, some of us had the experience of the Mile High Club. Well, if that's the case, join the Smile High Club because you're at the airport. This is what stands out. So what you should do is find a logo for your particular office. In other words, if you're on a main street, like Northern Boulevard, like Massachusetts, and dentists are all Northern Boulevard employees. If you're like Ed is over in his part of Flushing, he can market himself, you know, as Flushing dentist, or whatever you want to, you know, use. So the thing is, find something that's unique that will let patients know where your office is and who and what you are. That's important. Okay. Anything else? Here's Flying Foods. They have a lot of trucks that can't eat any other food. And what do I do with them? I go into the human resources individuals. That's what you do. Find a company. Go into the HR. Give the HR like I do, a toothbrush and a toothpaste. And dental floss. Get friendly with them. Give me your cards and flyers. They'll put them on the paychecks. Or they'll send out an e-newsletter or an email to the employees. Dentists here at the airport. Take your Aetna plan. Take whatever plan they have. These are little things that you have to kind of do. Let them know that you're available as far as that goes. All right? Okay. Port Authority. The police and their families. Port Authority uses MetLife. They pay so fantastic that what you do is you accept, you know, I'll throw in some insurance with this. You accept their plans. Now, here it's almost like you have to be on a panel in order to get patients. But when you're in a unique situation like I am, they threw me off the panel, which was the best thing I ever did, because I get about 33 or 40% more in reimbursement. And everybody knows me. But the thing is try to find yourself an insurance company that you can utilize and market it to the best and let them know that you can take care of them, that you accept their insurance. Because today, nobody wants to pay anything, even if it's a $5 co-payment. They want you to waive it. Because if you give a coupon and you have to pay $5, they say, hey doc, you're giving me a coupon for hundreds. You can't waive my $5? That's why I'm saying you don't need that type of thing. So you go ahead and try to let them know that you'll take their insurance, you'll do the best to get as much money out of it as you can. But know your insurance plans. Some plans are capped at $1,000, $1,500, $2,000. I'm fortunate that some of the Port Authority, it's unlimited. But the thing is you got to know your plans. You can have the same insurance company, but a different contract. See, that's it. Some of the contracts will pay 100%, X-rays, exam, diagnosis, and consultation. Others may pay 80%. Others, when it comes to fillings and so forth, are 80%. Some of the prosthetics are 50%. Some are 70%. So the key thing is just because one insurance company that you deal with, they're not all the same. So what you got to do is know the insurance companies and know where the particular patient works. We always try to find out where do you work, who do you work for, and so forth. So we have an idea when we talk to them. So what happens is when you do your marketing, a new patient calls up. They say, we have an appointment next Wednesday. Oh yeah, by the way, so you don't waste any time. Your time is important as mine. What is your date of birth? What is your social security number? And what's your address? And what do I have to do that for? Well, when you come in, you're going to have to ask all these questions before we call up the insurance company to find out, are you covered and what your benefits are. Now, do you want to sit for a half hour and do all that? Or you want to tell me now on the phone? We'll take the time to do it for you. This way here, when you come in, you'll be seen right away. The paperwork will be done, and there's no problem. Oh, doc, I didn't realize that. Now, some of them don't want to give Social Security because they've been gone ahead and compromised, which is understandable. So you say, well, you're going to have to give it sooner or later. If you don't want to give it now, then expect to wait, another half hour or more for us to do it. 90% or more will give you Social Security because they don't want to wait. But these are little things you can do because their time is valuable just like your time. So the thing is to let them know you're working for them. You're helping them out. You're doing whatever you can because they've gone to other doctors and dentists and they probably waited half hour, an hour in other offices to be seen. Even all the information is there. The thing is to get them in, get them out, get the information, and do what you can to keep them there as far as that goes. Now this is Worldwide Flight Services, the JFK. I got their logo, and I handed out flyers, and some big shot said, "Hey, you're stealing our logo." The other big shot says, "Leave him alone. He's my doctor. Don't worry about it." You know, as far as that goes. But what you do is you take their logos and you superimpose them, and you leave them in the work site. And I'm fortunate to do that. That's why I say, those of you who have a chance, go into the local businesses in the area. Join the Chamber of Commerce. Go to the churches, the synagogues. Go wherever there's a gathering of individuals as far as that goes. There's always health fairs. There's always something going on where you can go ahead and present yourself. That's the most important thing.
Bob?
Yes.
If I may, one of the things you can do tomorrow, for those of you who may do online banking, don't. Go into the branch. Actually take the time to go into the branch. Chase, Capital One, Citibank, and some of the major banks. When you walk in, there's a greeter that actually greets you and says, "How can I help you? What can I do for you?" And you can speak to that individual. And if you happen to do the research, Chase has MetLife. Capital One has Delta Dental of Virginia. That's an interesting one. Citibank, if I'm not mistaken, has MetLife. You can just go to the teller and, after greeting with the individual who greets you, and after going to the various bank executives and mentioning and passing to them that you're a dentist right in the area, right in that bank's area, and you happen to accept their plan. Let them know that. They'll spread it by word of mouth to one another. Leave them with a few business cards, or certainly if you have the benefit of these flyers, that's great. That's a wonderful way of doing it. But you can go to your bank tomorrow and start doing, as Bob says, ground target marketing. I call it personal appearances. When you think that when your mindset is that you're making a personal appearance to your fans or your potential fans, it makes you feel great. Never do an outreach, because that's for losers, to the other losers who really need them because they're starving or they're poor or they're broke. No, your personal appearance, like a big star does, like everybody in the National Enquirer. You go out there and you meet your fans, like a People magazine, like at Us. Think of it that way.
He's right. And you don't have to dress up all fancy like you're some big shot. They want to see you as a human being just like them. They can relate more to you as a one-on-one when they see you walking in and talking to them. And I always carry around in my briefcase, in my trunk, wherever it is, a bunch of toothbrushes. You got a toothbrush? See, if you can see those toothbrushes, it says my name, JFK Airport. This is what Shine does with Colgate. So I have tons of these that I give out. And believe me, no one ever expects a dentist to give a free toothbrush and toothpaste. I give these out all the time. And I'll tell you what really helps me. When I fly, when I go to the counter, I give the gate agents a toothbrush and a toothpaste. Automatic upgrade of whatever seat you want. I go into the cabin where the pilots are, because the cabins are open as you board the plane. I say, "Guys, you New York based?" "Oh yeah, well come to the office when you have a break," or the flight attendants. "Here's a toothbrush, toothpaste." Little marketing tools mean a lot. When I travel, like a lot of us do, I go into a hotel, built in the Marriott's, the front desk, I give a toothbrush and a toothpaste. Oh, I've heard of you. Yeah, when I come to New York, yeah, I've heard of you. Or, I know that. These little things, amenities, get you in a better room or get you better service, and so forth. So it's always good, even when you go to a restaurant. It's advertising. You never know who's going to come to see you. That's the strangest thing. I give out cards as many people as I can and introduce myself. But it works. And the funniest thing is I've had people come in 4 or 5 years later with a business card and, "Oh, Doc, remember when I was here at United Airlines? I've had this in my wallet 4 or 5 years. I haven't had any problems since then." They remember because you gave it to them personally. You did it for them. And that's what they want. They want that personal touch. Okay, what else do we have? Here's something that, the cards. The coupon, my coupons as I call them. See up there in the upper left, there's a denture kit that you can give patients with your name on it to put in to hold their dentures. There's a slide on that you can have personalized. The more things that you could give away to have personalized on them is good. But there's something that I just on my own instituted when I found out I was going to give a lecture. Those are the, you had them up before, the cards.
Coming right up.
All right, what is that? See what that is? Lottery, dollar lottery ticket. That's something I thought about when Ben asked me to do this. Think about it. I give every new patient a dollar lottery ticket. Think about it, a dollar. When they leave, if it's a big case and they've already been a patient, I'll give them a dollar lottery ticket. If you refer me people, I'm going to give you another one. Think about it. For $1, they scratch it off. And eventually somebody's going to win. Whatever it is, they're going to tell the whole damn airport. They're going to tell all their friends. My friend just gave me a dollar lottery ticket. Can you believe it? I got $200, $300. My God, I never heard of that. That's going to travel faster than any news. But think about it. You're doing something that's unique as far as that goes. So I love it because it's cost effective. Instead of putting big ads in and spending all kinds of money, a dollar lottery ticket, people, oh my God, I've never heard of that. No one does something like that. It's just something that came about when it came to marketing. Something that's unique and different. So it's cost effective. But it's just something to think about as far as that goes. Now, you want to do a video?
Well, I'll take a look.
Yeah. Now Tom here does websites. He hosts them. He does all kinds of things with Dr. Fialfoff and I that get patients in. He designs the website, hosts the website, he takes pictures, he puts things on YouTube, he does the SEOs, he does everything. So think about it. The money that you may spend on these ads that go into the papers with coupons and so forth, they're expensive. But the thing is, are they cost effective? You get somebody, like this individual helps Benny and I, you can reach more people because that's their business. They know what to do, and it's cost effective. In fact, he found a couple of videos on me.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We don't have the audio on this.
No audio?
Not hooked up to the speakers, no.
All right, well, this is David Letterman when he came to Kennedy Airport when I was a young stud. How old is this?
1988.
1988. So he came to Kennedy Airport and he did something